Hello everyone. Well, as you can tell by my new shirt, I just got back from Doctor Sleep, the adaptation of Stephen King's novel of the same name, and the long-awaited follow-up to the classic 1980 The Shining. And while it has not been performing as big as many others expected, that's not to say that's still, not worth seeing. Far from it, in fact. I mean, I guess it's joined the list of favorite films that I haven't totally finalized it yet, but this is definitely going to be one of my spots for my obligatory overlooked film. And this follows a now adult Danny Torrance, or Uncle Dan as he sometimes calls himself, played by Ewan McGregor, as he not only tries to confront his own past, as well as his own issues with alcoholism inherited from his father Jack, in which, but also help a new young woman known as Abra, who is also a Shine, played by Kylie Curran in her first film role, and also to combat at a sort of cult led by their leader, who known as Rose the Hat. That's played by Rebecca Ferguson. I gotta say, how they handle her character, again, this review, both regards to the movie as well as the book it's based on, is going to be relatively spoiler free. I will just say that for someone who's used to playing pretty nice characters in other movies, she gets actually really nasty. I mean, and tonally, the film is very much in the same mold as the original TV classic was, that focuses as much on atmosphere as it does scares. I mean, that doesn't jump scare you. I'll definitely get into how those things affect me and my coming attractions riff. But it draws you into the atmosphere without having submission. That magnitude allows you to enter the world on its own terms, which I appreciate. I mean, it proves that sometimes a slower paced, a burn of a film can be as entertaining as a more quick paced adventure, like Director Mike Flanagan, who previously directed Gerald's Game for Netflix. If anyone had to follow in Stanley Kubrick's footsteps, I'm glad it was him. Since it's been 20 years since he passed on, and he was definitely a visionary ever since the word, I can imagine. I'm actually genuinely surprised how I was able to recreate all of the cinematography and editing techniques that made the original film so memorable, and I won't go into too much detail. I mean, there's a little CG, but it's so subtle that you might not even notice. In fact, there's actually a lot of emphasis on practical effects this time around, and I appreciate that quite immensely. A lot of good supporting roles in there, especially from a colleague of Danny's, played Cliff Curtis, and also another one from AA, who's also played Bruce Greenwood. So, and even given this film's relative underperformance, I mean, to me, it's not as simple as just say like a genres for one group or another. I mean, to me, horror is one of the most resilient in film genres you can think of. That how even if everything performs well due to how much more modest budget it can work with compared to other ones, and it definitely makes it easier to make his money back for things like being aired on TV, home media, as well as now digital platforms. So my usual stance is, if you have seen this movie, great. If you haven't, definitely recommend it. So a shining 4 out of 4 before I get into my riff of my coming attractions. Okay, so no particular order. I've got. I'm just gonna get the what I think will be flops out of the way first. I mean, just like, because I could definitely, one red flag I noticed was that they're basically releasing them near the beginning of the year. Like sometimes you get something that ends up being anticipated or good, but usually some studios just basically cutting their losses because they figure everyone's going back to work or school. I just got through for Christmas. I mean, like, and to begin with the jump scares, like underwater. I mean, well, I don't have anything against the actors personally in this one. On top of, I think maybe basically liking the movie better back when it was called The Abyss, looking like a glorified Bioshock fan film. I mean, if I'm not scared by one jump scare, chances are a dozen in the same trailer is not going to work either. I mean, also, like a boss, nowhere near as funny looking as the actual song. And as for the whole thing about menial workers trying to get back at their oppressive boss, I think I like that movie better when it's called 9 to 5, to be honest. I mean, under different circumstances, but the same general idea, more or less, man. So, Invisible Man remake, I was looking forward to it when I first heard about it, but not anymore. On top, neglecting how they're handling the lead as potentially being not entirely stable. It looks, I mean, I wasn't expecting that like to be totally following the book, but this looks like that makes me give an impression that I barely even read it, if at all. Doesn't really help. It reminds me of the infamous Hollow Man, and if it wasn't for the Agony Booth, I would have only totally forgotten about that movie anyway, so I say hard pass. I mean, Spies in the Skies. I'll admit it might be fun. I mean, be interesting to see how that turns out, given how now that Disney owns Blue Sky and Fox. I mean, while I don't like everything that the studios put out, I'm at least glad they're willing to experiment once they stopped making Scad's Ice Age sequels. Part of me is just kind of glad that the fifth one bombed. It's going to be a TV show now. We'll just see how that goes, man. That was end. And yeah, and of course, Birds of Prey. Full title: Birds of Prey and Fantabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn. So from one, Ewan McGregor wrote another. There where he's also apparently going to be the Black Mask in this movie, and we see him before he gets his mask, which in other adaptations becomes permanently part of his face, means clearly the movie is going to have to explain that. I think we also see the mask in there, but also, even given with Lita being let go because of his messing with Phoenix's version, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, not just with Margot Robbie, see more Harley Quinn, a character I've liked ever since the animated series in the 90s, as well as other adaptations of the Arkham series, as well as being integrated back in the comics themselves, but a whole slew of actresses and characters I really like, such as Elizabeth Weinstein, Rosie Perez, has a very, very big structured cast, and I think between this movie, as well as other ones coming up like Wonder Woman 1984, these Suicide Squads, as well as other adaptations, as well as the fact they want to apparently make more horror in this Elseworlds, with Joker being the first horror movie to make over $1 billion worldwide. I'm kind of glad that they've actually managed to do what I want them to do, like be successful for their own reasons. Even they basically seem to be interpreting this as we don't need to follow our rivals and we'll succeed. We do better just go our own way. Which is basically how I felt even when I was younger. Like, I actually liked the first Iron Man and The Dark Knight for different reasons that summer. Even though The Dark Knight is my favorite film, the first Iron Man still holds up quite well a little over a decade later. I like things to have their own look and feel of them. And I'm not sure about this whole debate we're having, but to me, if it is a series of images of a combined creative illusion narrative that you can submit to, then that's not enough to me. That'll be all for now. And no one shines like you.